Good morning. Nina Cuellar-Barry here. Nina CB, talking to moms with young children. But I wanted to start a series this month, continuing into next month, on human design and how it can help in your mothering experience. It can help with your children, it can help with yourself, and I'm just really pretty excited about it. I've been studying it for a while, and over the last few months, I've gotten certified in quantum human design levels 1 and 2. I'm working on level 3. It is just so interesting and, for me, so functional. It's a really nice framework in which to understand yourself and your child and where things might be going a little bit difficult and challenging and why, so that you can course correct. You can make changes in your, the way you do things every day, make new habits, and maybe get rid of some old ones that aren't working so well for you. So today I just want to talk about how it can help with your mothering. And I'm just going to very briefly tell you about the very basics of human design. In human design, it is a framework for understanding people. It's kind of a personality system, but so much more complicated and deeper and extremely functional. So in human design, there are 5 types of people, and your type is determined by the time and place that you were born. Human design has as its backdrop, the backbone, it's based on astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Hebrew Kabbalah, which is their mystical text, the 7 chakras from Hinduism and Buddhism, principles of quantum physics, and some people have added in genetic components. So based on what time you were born and where, you are created as one of 5 types. There are manifestors, who are also initiators. There are generators, also called alchemists. There are manifesting generators, also called time benders. There are projectors, also known as orchestrators, and reflectors, also known as calibrators. I rely mostly on quantum human design, and so that uses the second term. The first term is what you most often will find in things when you look it up and in texts. So if you know your type, then you will know what your strategy and authority are. And the strategy is the most effective way that you can be successful and happy and your most authentic self, which means there are certain things you can do and there are certain other things that are not going to work for you. So if you are a projector, for example, it is not going to work for you to try to be a hustler, to try to get out and do your work every day and work 60, 80 hours a week, and the harder you work, the better you'll do. No, that is not going to work for you at all. If you are a generator, either a manifesting generator or a generator, you have really great reserve, a consistent, sustainable energy source within you. You can work and work and work, especially if it's something about which you are passionate. You're not going to burn out in the same way that a reflector or an orchestrator will. You could possibly burn out, but not because you don't have that reserve of energy all the time. If you are an initiator, a manifester, you can come up with ideas, creative ideas all day. And people will say, yeah, that is brilliant. Let's do that. And people will follow you and they will totally get what you have to impart to them because you have that ability to express your idea so beautifully. But you are not the person who's going to carry it out and do the building and the implementing. That's not what you do. So if you know what your type is, then you know what your best strategy is. And if you know what your child's type is, you will also know what their best strategy is. Now, if you know that your child is a different type than you are, which is very likely to happen, you're not going to have the same expectations of that child as you do of yourself. I'm not talking about expectations of behavior or values or, what's right and wrong. I'm talking about they're not going to go about things the same way you do, and the success that they will have in life may not be the same that will help you be successful and happy in life. And if you don't have the same expectations, that means it's even easier to differentiate yourself from your child, to know on a very deep level, this human being that is my child is not me. They're totally different, but I can still help guide and teach them with the strengths that I have. And when you're coming at mothering with maybe a little bit less embarrassment because your child is different, it makes it easier, a lot easier to teach and guide and understand your child. And that's what I love about human design. You can look at a chart, because there's a lovely chart that you can get for free that will show you your child's human design and your own. You can look at that chart and go, oh, okay, here's where some of their strengths are, and here's where some of their challenges might be. And then I look at my chart, and here are some strategies that I can use to help teach my child so that we can move forward together, not in conflict. And if you can get less conflict as you parent, it's so much better. A lot more fun, way more fun. Not that mothering is fun all the time, and I don't think it's supposed to be, but it can help. It can help a lot. So in this series, I'm going to be talking more about human design in March and February, January and February. So I will see you back here next Friday, 9:30 Pacific time, 12:30 Eastern time. And we can talk some more about human design and how you can specifically use it and understand it. And I'm really excited to be offering this now as part of my coaching and my content and what I'm writing and what I'm putting out in the world, because it is respectful. Human design is respectful of yourself and your child and everybody with whom you come into contact. And I specifically emphasize non-judgment. when you're looking at other people and yourself. And when you come from a place of non-judgment, you can go so far in your relationships with others. All right, I will put a link to where you can get a free body graph human design chart for you and anybody else, if you know the time and place of birth. If you have any questions, you can put them below or email me. I'll put also my link for that. Or visit my website. I've got quite a few resources um, for mothering support and issues. Take care. See you next week. Bye.